President Donald Trump took to Twitter Saturday morning to sidestep the liberal media and speak directly to the American people in his own unique manner. The primary topics of Trump's mini Twitter storm were Democrats and immigration policy, his legion of much maligned supporters, and the recently released Department of Justice Inspector General's report on the FBI's mishandling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Trump first retweeted a message he had shared Friday morning that blamed Democrats as being ultimately responsible for the current immigration enforcement policies that see immigrant families split up after crossing the border illegally, and laid out a number of provisions that must be included in any proposed immigration legislation that would be acceptable to him. He then tweeted a new message that reminded congressional Democrats that it was in their power to change the laws so families weren't split up any longer, even as he knocked those same Democrats for being largely useless and calling for the election of more Republicans in November. To help further his agenda, Democrats can fix their forced family breakup at the border by working with Republicans on new legislation for a change. This is why we need more Republicans elected in November. Democrats are good at only three things: high taxes, high crime, and obstruction, said Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, June 16, 2018. Trending, fired up. Trump names the only three things Democrats are good at. Democrats can fix their forced family breakup at the border by working with Republicans on new legislation for a change. Trump tweeted, "This is why we need more Republicans elected in November. Democrats are good at only three things: high taxes, high crime, and obstruction." Sad, considering that Democrat leaders are promising to raise taxes if they reclaim congressional majorities, are protecting criminal illegal immigrants via sanctuary city policies, and are working to obstruct Trump's agenda at every turn. The president's summation of the only three things Democrats are good at was pretty apparent. Immediately after that, Trump issued high praise to his many supporters in a message that can only be viewed as encouragement in the face of relentless attacks and smears against them by a biased media. "My supporters are the smartest, strongest, most hardworking, and most loyal that we have seen in our country's history. It is a beautiful thing to watch as we win elections and gather support from all over the country," he wrote. "As we get stronger, so does our country," the president added. "Best numbers ever. My supporters are the smartest, strongest, most hardworking, and most loyal that we have seen in our country's history. It is a beautiful thing to watch as we win elections and gather support from all over the country. As we get stronger, so does our country. Best numbers ever." Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, June 16, 2018. According to the Real Clear Politics average of the president's approval polls, Trump currently sits at 43.8% approval against 51.8% disapproval. His approval numbers have been trending up recently, and his disapproval numbers are trending down, likely in response to his recent summit with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un in Singapore. Tellingly, most of the polls that make up the RCP average were conducted prior to the summit and featured approval numbers in the low 40s. While the two polls included that occurred after the summit placed his approval in the mid to upper 40s. Related, Trump destroys establishment media lies, reveals what Melania did for his birthday. Finally, Trump addressed via Twitter the IG report and ripped into fired FBI Director James Comey, as well as former anti-Trump FBI agent Peter Strzok and former FBI lawyer Lisa Page, for starting the witch hunt against him that will go down as a dark and dangerous period in American history. The IG report totally destroys James Comey and all of his minions, including the great lovers, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, who started the disgraceful witch hunt against so many innocent people. It will go down as a dark and dangerous period in American history. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, June 16, 2018. It isn't hard to figure out when President Trump is fired up or what's on his mind. One need only check his Twitter feed, and as usual, his direct messages to the American people are blunt, to the point, and unmistakable, particularly in this instance concerning his obstructionist Democrat opponents and the veritable deep state coup that has thus far failed to oust him from office. Facebook has greatly reduced the distribution of our stories in our readers' news feeds and is instead promoting mainstream media sources. When you share to your friends. However, you greatly help distribute our content. Please take a moment and consider sharing this article with your friends and family. Thank you.